By now, I'm sure a lot of people's heard of the October 4th test that's going to go on here in the United States, and we're also hearing about the October 3rd nuclear test going on with Russia, their preparedness test. What a lot of channels are forgetting to tell you about the Russian nuclear test is it happens every year. Sometime in October they do it. It's called GROM. 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 Now, something I want to ask about the October 4th test here. I want to ask y'all something. Some people are telling you it's going to activate something if you got this, right? That the signal's going to activate something. If you didn't get this, why are you worried about the phone going off? Okay, you're also having people saying, well, it's going to be a grab. It's going to grab the information off your phone and things like that. If you're using a smart device, a phone, they're already able to grab all your information off of it anytime they want to, right? I mean, that's one thing preppers talk about, how the government knows what we're doing all the time anyways. But a lot of people are concerned that it's going to grab information off your phone. They can do that anytime they want. The Russia October 3rd drill, it is kind of strange that they're going to do it the day before our national emergency test, right? But you got to understand, Russia does it every fall, sometime in October. It's called GROM, GROM, GROM. The timing, maybe they're just doing it kind of to be a jerk, doing it right now when they know we're going to have this test on the 4th. But guys, I want to know something. If you put your phone in a Faraday cage or you leave it turned off, I would like to hear from you when you turn that phone back on, which most people are going to do. They may do it that evening or the next day. I want to know if the broadcast still comes through once you turn your phone on. That's something I'm interested in. And if you're thinking it's going to turn people into some kind of zombies, a lot of people watch movies, right? And a lot of people right now, I think it was a 2016, maybe, the movie Cell. A lot of people think that's fixing to happen. You also got to remember that movie was out on streaming devices last month and the months before. Like back when the movie Dragon Day was out, people started getting concerned about the chips and everything, that China was going to hack it, right? And shut everything down that has Chinese chips in it. A lot of people watch the movies that's on, streaming devices, Paramount, Amazon, all of them, all of them, Netflix, all that stuff, right? And then it gets in their head, and then they'll hear something, and they'll put it together with that. Now, I'm not sitting here saying the government can't do stuff like that. Yes, they can. China almost probably just about could access, if Taiwan fell, could access all the chip manufacturers, right, for smart devices. So they could do something. You never know, right? But this thinking it's going to turn people into zombies, I don't think much on that one. I don't know. We also, if you think back at the start of the pandemic, we was hearing that it was all 5G related, that if you were close to a 5G tower, those people were getting sick. We hear all kind of stuff all the time, right? A lot of channels on here are pushing this about Russia doing their nuclear drill, and it's usually the same channels that told you the government was going to shut down this weekend and then everything was just going to fall to crap this week, right? That this is going to start it all rolling, and by the end of the month, we're going to be Mad Maxing it out here. Now, once again, I'm not saying some crazy person couldn't set a nuclear weapon off, but I don't see a need for one right now. I really don't. I don't see why any country would set one off, except for the extremist countries, and the ones I'm talking about. If they had their hands on one, they would probably do it just to do it, right? But I want to know about these phones. If you're putting yours in a Faraday cage or a bag or anything like that, I would like to hear from you if the signal still comes through after you turn your phone back on, if the broadcast comes through. I'll admit the timing is very strange how they're doing all this, but you got to remember, we went over and we did war games and all this and that out in the, during the war, right next to where the war was going on, or pretty close to it, right, to kind of show our power. And this is Russia's way. They do it every October. I'm going to say it again. It's called GROM. I will put a link in the description about this. Some of you may want to read it. Some of you may not. Some of you may think this is all, the start of everything. This is the end of everything. and we'll be Mad Maxing it. I'm going to tell you right now, we will get no warning if something major is happening. I mean, all you got to do is look at Hawaii. They haven't had a system in place to warn people about fires and things like that, and they didn't do it, right? They didn't warn them. We would get no warning. If you got any type of warning at all, it would be so minimum amount of time that there's nothing you can do about it. You know, it will be crazy if this thing turns, these people into zombies or activates something in them. That would be some crazy TV stuff, wouldn't it? That would be. I would admit that 100% if that happens. But I personally think it's just going to be a test. And the people that's afraid that it's going to be an information grab, that they're going to do stuff to your phones and take stuff, they can already do that. They can do it anytime they want to. A lot of people don't read the thing on the phone or the smart device. When you clicked accept, when you get your new device, you're accepting and agreeing to all kind of crazy stuff that if people actually sit down and read it, they'd say, no, I'm not signing this. But most people, they just scroll through it real fast, hit accept, and go on, right? You got to stop and think. The Patriot Act started allowing the government to spy on us. Plain and simple. That's what started it. And how did they get that passed? Through fear. Because what happened on 9/11, they need to be able to access stuff immediately, right? That's the way a lot of these laws are passed nowadays. It's through fear. They know the public is afraid of something, and if they can get on it real quick, they can get stuff passed because people, it's for their safety and protection, right? So let me know your thoughts on this. A lot of channels are talking about it. I know mine won't get many views, but a lot of channels are discussing this. I want to know what you think is going to happen on October 4th, and I want to know what you think about the Russian Grom drill October 3rd. Like I said, there'll be a link down here in the description that shows this does happen just about every October. Nothing new. Timing is crazy with our drills coming out, I know. But let me know your thoughts on this. Comment on this. And let's hear what you think is going to happen the 3rd, the 4th, and what's going to happen the 5th. Are we going to have zombies running around? Or are we going to have people activated that took this because the test set something off in them? Let me know your thoughts on this. Keep your head up on swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person that can do it. Stay safe. Keep prepping. Comment on this one and let me know what you think, because this is a hot topic. I'd love to hear from you. Stay safe, keep prepping.